This is the sequence of the previous video on basic endgames. Just these two topics had been remained. One was already discussed in the previous video, but I want to discuss in more detail in this video, and that was the distant opposition from an actual game. And the second one was the triangulation method in chess. First, let's revise over this distant opposition, and let's see. This is the position, and if it is whites to move, white wins, and if it is blacks to move in this position, black wins. If you remember my last distinct opposition chapter, then you would understand that how to get this distinct opposition. The first move would be that black is going to move the king to e2, and if black gets front over here and then white and then king over here, then this king over here, and it will be the white's king move, the last move, and black had to move. So black tries his best by moving the king to f7. That if the king moves over here to e3, for example, move over here, now it is a draw because now black gets the distinct opposition. As these squares are covered for black king and these squares are covered for white king. Now black gets the distinct opposition. Now if king moves over here to e4, then this king e6 is a distinct opposition and it is a draw. So after the king moved to e2 and king moved to f7, that he's going to, if king moves to e3, then he's going to get the distinct opposition, but it does not give him the chance. We immediately gets the opposition, and that is king f3. And after black tries like king e7, that still if he's white is going to play some bad move by playing the move to, for example, to king e4. Once again this position is reached and now it is a dead draw. So now here you have to get the distinct opposition, and distinct opposition is played by playing on the same rank. You place the move to king e3 over here, sending the ball in the black's court. That now where are you going to? He has to move forward. Now king e6 and now king e4, and now black has to give way to this white king. For example, black tries to go for over here, king to f6, and now white goes over here to king f4, and now black has to give way, whether he has to play to g6 and whether he has to play to e6. For example, he plays to king g6. Now you go over here, king e5. After king g7, you go over here to king d5, capture this pawn. Black needs a lot of moves to capture over here, then come out of the way of the pawn, his pawn, and then queen it. But in that time, white would be fast. So once again, after king e2 and black plays a tricky move, king f7, you are going to immediately play in front of him to get the opposition, distinct opposition. And if he plays once again the tricky move, king e7, then you are to always get the distinct opposition, you are going to play the move on the same rank, and that is king e3. Now black has to move, and black when plays the move king e6, now you place the move king e4. And for example, if black tries to come over here to this side, king d6, now you place the move king d4 again, First corner him now, because you are going to calculate the moves that 1 2 3 4 5 moves and 6 7 8 in 9 moves you will get the queen after capturing this pawn. And how many moves does black would have? For example, if he moves over here and now you move to king e5, black has to give the move. He has to go back because these squares have been covered, side opposition. He goes to c7. Now you move your king to f5, and now if he try to come over here and capture this pawn and then gets off his way and develops his queen, you can calculate it. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. But now white has to just white has very less moves. One, in two moves he capture it. In third move he weakens his care for his king. In fourth move, fifth move, sixth move, and seventh move his pawn queens. And black is two moves tempo down. So always remember, in front of in these type of positions, these are called the distant opposition. Your the first move is simple, that you move the king to e2, immediately taking the opposition in front of this king. But black tries a tricky move. For example, he moves the king to d7, and you can't move the immediate king to now d3, because after he the moves, for example, like king e6, and you moves the pawn, for example, king to over here, and now he gets the opposition. So remember, after king e2, he gets tricky. He plays the move king f7, for example, immediately gets the opposition. If he once again makes a tricky move king e7, you gets the distinct opposition on the rank. Now it's black move, and black has to move, and after king e6, king e4, you have got the opposition. And for example, king tries to move over here, then you must calculate from here. First you stop him, the king to immediately coming over here by playing the move king to d4. The king has to go, so king c6. Now you can go over here and capture this pawn and queen this your pawn to queen, because black would be two moves tempo down. I hope you have understood. I'm going to display the moves over here just for you people. That now if king c7, king to f5, now it comes king to for example d4, now king to g5, king comes to d5, king into pawn, king comes to c4, king's vacates the square, king into pawn, now h5, king comes over a6, sorry, a3, h6, b4, h7, b6, and h8 queen. Now see that black was two moves tempo down from queen. I think now you have properly understood this distant opposition and the method to play it. If it is black's move, for example, in this position, then black wins. He immediately gets the opposition, king e7, and by tries to get tricky, king f2, but black immediately gets the opposition, king f3. White still tries to get tricky by playing the move king e2, and black immediately takes the distinct opposition and king e6. The ball is white's court that you have to move and where you are going to move. And king has to move e3 and after king e5. Now white king has to move. And if the white king tries to move to d3, first gets the opposition. If white tries to move to king c3, now you can go over here, king e4. The king has to move to c2 because these squares have been covered. This was the side opposition. Now you can go over here, capture this pawn, get off the way, and then queen this pawn. And white would be 2 moves tempo down to queen his pawn, this pawn. I think you have now properly understood from both the perspectives that if it is white's move, how to play, and if it is black's move, how to get the distant opposition, and what tricks of your opponent you have to keep in your mind. So the second